So we are we have decided as last night. This is a group that is currently going on right now. That is currently happening, and this group came together through a previous group that we had of prayer and fast. And what happened was these guys in the group sort of got to know one another, found the prayer and fast very helpful, and wanted to keep the group going. So here we are, and Corinne here. I don't know how it's going to show up on the screen. This is the first time I've done a live recording of a group. So Corinne here in the lady in white and black is had a great idea to record us. We've been having some great conversations here in group, and they're pretty hilarious. So Corinne's like, you know what, we should be recording this. And as she was saying that, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, wouldn't this be great for people to be hearing and listening in on? So, and then the next idea was, why don't we share what we've learned? Both Corinne, all of you guys, Corinne, Gail, and Pat have all done coaching, one-to-one coaching with me, as well as the prayer and fast group. And then here we are with a customized group is pretty much what I call it, to pretty much focus on the healing and ways that we're going to heal. So I'm going to leave it open to you guys to do some talking, so you can let everybody on the channel know maybe a little bit about yourself and what you've learned and what you took away from the groups. So we'll start with you, Corinne, because this was your idea.
I knew it. I'd be happy to start. A bit of myself. 53-year-old personal trainer and nutritionist, and I have 6 beautiful kids, 1 just at home and 10 grandkids. This is my fifth narcissistic relationship. I'm currently living with my narc. We married 3 years ago, and almost a year ago I kind of found out, or not kind of, laid it in my lap what was going on. I was very prayerful, a lot of fasting, and the Lord laid it in my lap. And this is what you're dealing with. And I was absolutely devastated. Literally almost lost my mind. I didn't see it coming. Like, I didn't know about love bombing. I didn't see the signs with my husband. I think that's what was so devastating for me. I've been to different therapists, and I love Tracy's approach. And I'm close to dissolving the marriage and moving out and moving on. And I hadn't been to Tracy in a while, and she knows this story. She was live when I was in my kitchen cooking, and she's basically telling the audience, don't put up with this. This is BS. Do not put up with being treated like this. And I'm like, I'm calling her. No, I didn't call her. I emailed her. Immediately. And I have been working with Tracy one-on-one. Do you remember, Tracy, the first week I saw you like 3 times in a week, because I just needed someone to kick my butt into gear and do this. And she did. We did. She gave me a number to an attorney to mediate. Very good. Christine, if you're listening, you're awesome. And I started one-on-one. 2 weeks later, Tracy did a fast, and that's where we met Pat and Gail. And I can't even tell you how healthy this has been for me. And if you're scared to reach out and get help, don't be. Do not be. Let Tracy be there for you. Because I think it's really healing to talk to somebody one-on-one, not listen to a video that's live, but one-on-one, and sort out your feelings and get the help that you so desperately deserve.
Thank
How's
you.
that, Tracy? Do you want me to say? Do you want me to say anything else?
It's like we rehearsed it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good,
No. We didn't
I'll
rehearse
pay you.
at all.
I'll pay you.
But
I
hope it was very organic. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Excited, Tracy.
What's that?
I said Corinne is just very excited.
I know, and I am so appreciative to everybody I've worked with. I've learned something from, wholeheartedly. I've learned something from, and like I said, every time I do a session, every time I do a group, I'm going back and I'm putting this information into a database I sort of created, that I'm able to gather my own research basically on this stuff. And, that way there, I have more facts to go along with rather than opinion. I've met as many people as I work with now. I have a basis to kind of go off of, what a lot of people have experienced with this. So I really appreciate all of you. Who wants to share? This is really how it goes in group. Who wants to share next?
I can go. I can let it give a shot at it.
Let it rip, Pat. Let it rip.
Let it go, Rip. Don't give him out your address.
No, but it's Pat. I guess probably the first thing what I got out of taking more of a active approach to my recovery really is connecting with people and people that I can relate to, and that's really where I connected with Trace early on. I guess my case is a little different. I'm 5 years clear from my narc, but really, I guess my reaching out to Trace was really when Trace has been talking about the power of the spiritual connection that comes with this whole soul ties and all this kind of an idea around what happens when we go through these types of situations. Like I said, I was 5 years clear of it and felt like I was being haunted. I'd moved away out of the country and I was really good. I was past it all. I was getting on with my life. I came back just through circumstances with work and I started getting hauntings and it started turning into rage and I want to get even and all this kind of shit. And so that's when I said, hang on, I gotta check myself at the door here. And I had been active on YouTube for a while. I'd seen Trace. And I finally just said, I'm not going to a psychologist. I had been to a counselor and I'd been educating myself from a lot of technical side around narcissism. And I had all that in my knowledge toolkit, really. But what really was the piece that pushed me to reaching out was this hauntings that were going on inside of me. And it really was more than just some technical person explaining all the red flags and all this. There was a lot more to it than this. So it was really getting in contact and saying, Trace, I think I'm under soul attack here, really, and I need to try and figure out how I can sever these ties and get rid of this rage that's inside of me. And it scared me because I'm 5 years clear of it, and it came back. So that's kind of, without getting into the details, I think everyone can relate to their own situations with their narc. I'm not going to get into that part of what happened with me, but it's really that soul part of it that brought me here. So, connecting with the ladies, I'm the only guy within the group. So it's a fun perspective to hear from the other gender side, but hopefully that adds some value for the ladies in the group and the other side to hear it from a male's perspective. But if there's guys out there, this isn't gender specific. This hits everyone. So I came to understand that's what happened to me just through this education, and I wouldn't have got there unless I'd admitted it to myself and, parked that male ego and just said, I got to do something about this. So if there's guys out there, don't hesitate, you got to do something about it to help yourself. What has really got me healthy and healthier, and I'm continuing to, is being in a community of like-minded people that can relate, have been through similar or know what we're talking about. helps us feel like we're not sane. That's probably the biggest thing. I thought I was literally losing my brain and was turning into a psychopath myself, but that helped me know I'm not. But it also gave me a lot of validation around a lot of the stuff that was going on way back in the past, but also currently too. So it's a long road, but it's a healthy road. I always say to the ladies as we've talked, I said we are the chosen ones here. We were given this obstacle, and I look at it as we needed our cages rattled. We needed to wake up, and having these people in our life, it tells me that we got some big things to do in our life, and we needed to just get clear of all this shit in order to wake us up to what it is. I still don't know what it is, but I know it's out there, and I'm better prepared to handle it when it does show up.
Amen. Thank you, Pat. All right, Gail. Camera's on
Hi,
you.
everyone. Yes, I would say Tracy has been my saving grace. She got it, like she connected with me, and I immediately emailed her as well. I was nervous too at first, so don't be. And then I was just so excited to hear from her, and it's just been so helpful. Like the prayer and fast group, I 100% recommend. It was just amazing to feel that tightness come off the chest and feel that release of this person that had been controlling me. So it's just been amazing. And after the prayer and fast, I missed our group people. So I had reached out to Tracy about, like, could you see if they might want to do something else? And this is what we're doing right now. We've been meeting 3 times a week for half an hour and just breaking those soul ties. Like, it's just so, unless you've been in the situation, people don't understand what it feels like. So, this has really helped me to heal, and we're still on the road to recovery, but I highly recommend this. Like, if you're, like Pat said, if you're nervous, or you think that they'll think you're crazy, it's unbelievable when you share your stories with other people. They're all very similar.
I'll give you guys all your check after the video. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Can I add one more thing?
Yes.
It's been knock it off. Tracy. It has been so cool to watch the people grow in my group, right? Like, we've been seeing each other 6 weeks, maybe, pretty solid 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And we've done one-on-one. I had mine with Gail, where I told her my story and she told me her story. Unbelievable. And I'm going to take my time with, hopefully, Pat tomorrow. But it's been amazing watching us grow as a group, where we started and where we're at right now.
Yes, for sure.
It's been fun.
Thank you so much for sharing, you guys. I just want to say that there's so many people that you guys brought up the point of that you had gone to other counselors or other people out there in the community, and you felt like you didn't get what you asked for, or what you paid them for, or you just they didn't get it, right? Either they were encouraging you to stay in the marriage, or they just didn't understand narcissistic abuse. And there's even some people I know that have come to me and said, I was going to people that have these things about, Jezebel spirit, narcissistic abuse, and they still didn't hear me. And I just think it's super important that, you guys do feel heard. I'm not here to sway anybody one direction or another. I'm here to listen. And if you want my advice, if you ask for it, of course I'm going to give it to you. It doesn't mean I expect you to take it. And I think one of the most valuable things I have taken away from doing the coaching and the groups is that I I think it's really important to share with the people that are sharing with you. Uh, there's something really strange and robotic about going to someone and letting them know everything, every last detail of your life, and some things that are really hard to talk about, right? I mean, things down right down to intimacy, sexual withholding from the narcissist, financial, rape, you name it. And they're hard, difficult conversations to have with, with a complete stranger, basically. And I just think it's important that people know that when the timing presents itself and the opportunity presents itself, I have no qualms telling people, stuff that happened with me, so that you can see that I know all about this.
Mhm.
Unfortunately. But I say actually it's fortunate that I do know, because I can be able to help others, and that's the most important thing. That's the reason I'm doing it. I never imagined that I'd be doing this as a career, and it's happening. So obviously I must be doing something right.
That's good. Well, I think
Yeah, you are, Tracy. It's all
Yeah.
your fault.
you
Yeah.
nailed the bang on. That really, it's been my experience, I know, but the people that can help us are people that can relate, and those are the people that have walked through these fires. And that's, I don't know, I don't know for sure, but if you haven't walked through the fire, my opinion anyway is that it's tough to help people that are in the fire if you haven't been in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we all agreed as a group last night that we need to raise awareness.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most importantly, that we need to raise awareness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, that's the only way we're going to get this to stop, is the more we're able to tell our story, the more we're able to share the videos, to contact one another. I just want to kind of close in saying that and thank you guys so much for suggesting to do this. It's a great idea. I had thought about doing this a while ago, and sometimes I get a little scatterbrained, as we know, and I forget. But I think it's so amazing, the connections that I have just made with the people I've worked with. I mean, Corinne, you're a nutritionist. You helped me out in more ways than one. With and this is what's happening. I'm naturally partnering with people that have come on the channel. So I want to put Corinne to work. She's helped me with my relationship with food, and it's and understanding what supplements I should be taking for some of the issues I've been experiencing from going on all those antibiotics last year. For those of you that remembered, if you followed my journey, I was really, really sick last year. And anyway, I connected 2 people this week. I'm trying to get to move out of their situation. They're ready. They're 100% ready to do this. They want out. So when the timing presents itself, I'm probably and I'm making what I can here, and I'm doing this, and I'm rocking and rolling. I picture me having a resource specialist that literally I send folks to, and I say, okay, your job is to research the area this person lives in. They want to get out, or research the area they want to move to, because they want to move there for either school, they want to go to college in this area, or they have family over here, or they don't even care. I mean, I had a client this week, 2 clients this week. They were like, I don't care. I just want out of here.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing. And then I'm able to think about, we as we talk and we get through the session, because I've done this line of work and I've helped people with this area of housing, and knowing that there's financial support out there. There's obviously domestic violence shelters around, but there are agencies also right within your area you might even be aware of that can help you with all of that. Everything from getting a job to getting housing right away, even if it's temporary housing, to permanent housing. And So anyway, this is what I pictured it happen, and this is what I pictured to happen, and it's happening. You know, Christine was watching the channel, and she contacted me, and I was like, it is the craziest thing, because this week I was thinking about, I need to partner with a lawyer. I need to partner with somebody that knows the law. And not only does she know the law for the United States, she knows the law around the world. So
And she's been with several narcs.
Yep.
I mean, she can relate on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Hello. You know, so it's like it's all like just it's all just kind of coming together naturally, and that's what I want. I want to try to get people as much help as possible. I am working still with my web designer to getting another avenue for support for free help. The channel, as you guys know, is the free help. That's why I do the videos to help you guys out, give you as much advice as I can in you know, spending my time doing videos. So anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for suggesting this. Is a great idea, and hopefully it uploads, and hopefully we didn't do this all for nothing. You guys are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I blow dry.
I did my hair and everything.
All right, thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to hit the stop recording, and I think we can continue our group.
Okay.
I am
Cool.
Face, and let's all sing together. It is time to face the truth together.
Together.
Narc